Hello my brothers and sisters of the Order, I'm Celtic Templar. Welcome back to another reviewing video, and today we're going to be looking at the full visored helm from Lords of Battles. Now, I can pretty much hear you already, Templar, why did you get a full visored helm when you're an infantry guy? Y'all can't hear a word I'm saying, can ya? Okay, hang on a moment. Let me just get this thing up. Ooh. Whew. Now, as I was saying, this is a... Welcome back to the Order. I'm Celtic Templar, and today for this review video, we are actually going to be taking a look at this, the full visored helm from Lords of Battles. Now, this is kind of actually incredibly awesome. I bought this pretty much because of the fact one of my viewers is probably going to say, "Oh, Templar, you should get a full visored helm." Well, beat you to it. Now, this was the only one I could get due to the fact I wanted to get the this type of Bascinet, the dog face Bascinet, which I love the design a little more than this. Don't know why, I just do. Now, because when I look at this, if it's fully enclosed and from the front, it almost looks like a Sugarloaf helm, if you ask me. But yeah, the full visored helm, it's made from Lords of Battles. It's made out of 14 gauge steel. It's 7 pounds and 13 ounces. The interior circumference is 26 inches, 8 inches from side to side, and 9.5 inches from the front to back. Now, I am planning on attaching some aventail to this, so to make it a little more badass looking. So yeah, this is riveted aventail, which, ow! Some of the rivets have gotten into my skin a little, so yeah. But still, for example, if we know how badass looking this Bascinet was with the aventail, we're going to see what this looks like with it. So yeah, but I'm still a fan of the open face a little more. I know, I hear many of you already. Templar, just discard the, well, visor design. Well, yeah, that would work. Now, that actually reminds me also about the, well, little syringes piece, or hinge pieces, of which were used in medieval warfare. Now, many of you might wonder, why did they attach these? Kind of obvious. If you're in the middle of a battle and you fell off your horse, guess what? You need to see what the hell you're doing, because visored helms are major drawbacks by the time of the time period. In fact, this is based on the 14th century models, which is really cool. Now, also an added detail, take a look at the visor, especially with the breathing holes, or air holes as some people pronounce them. I'm just going to call them breathing holes, in which we can actually see the fact that the further we go up, the more smaller they get towards the eyes. That's because they're supposed to be. In which this design model is by the late models of the 1400s, as I said. Now, the really cool part, actually, though, most of the time, though, in historical warfare, or in tournaments, what would happen is, this side, the left side, would most likely have smaller air holes than the side over here. Reason being, to the fact of a jousting lance coming at your face. Now, this one, not exactly meant for jousting. This was mostly meant for warfare only. However, though, it is pretty cool. But I have heard sometimes in history, some knights did use these as a jousting helmet. Now, this is actually probably the only movie I love with full plate armor. It is the movie A Knight's Tale, which I still love. And it, well, has the incredible actor himself, who played as the Joker, and as well, pretty much actually also in The Patriot and every other film. So yeah, in fact, he was pretty good at this movie. And if that's not also a cool part, here's the thing. If those two parts aren't as cool, here's the thing. It even has the music of Queen pretty much all throughout the entire movie, which, if none of y'all know, that's my favorite band or rock band in history, which I still love to this day. In which, yeah, in fact, they pretty much, because literally, I always find this weird, because my favorite songs are in the movie The Knight's Tale, but my parents named me after the main character from the movie Highlander. Yeah, that's right, Connor MacLeod. Which, I always have to put this out here, the MacLeods are not Highlanders, they're Islanders. Huge difference. but in which most of those songs, of which many of Queen's songs were based on the movie Highlander and the series, which I prefer the first movie and the series, and that's about it, unless you count the anime. So that's about it. So yeah. But anyways, let's get back to this. Now, I have to put this out here. This helmet is pretty awesome. Also, another side note, it even has a feather or plume holder, or holster, as some people pronounce it. And I added a old feather I found when I was going to high school, and I placed it in here, which this is really awesome. Now, many of you might wonder, why did they do this? Kind of obvious. This is the best logical way to have you recognize on who your officer is, or your commanding officer. Such as you're in the thick of the battle, you don't know where your commander is. And the problem is, if you're looking around, you gotta look around, where is he? Well, they needed bright style colorization, sometimes red, blue, or something like that, to mark themselves. Now, I can already hear a bunch of my viewers right now saying, this is the band of a hawk helmet because it has a feather. Which, yeah, actually, this was a hawk feather, so this is kind of hilarious, because if any of y'all have ever seen the series Berserk, an anime series and such, we always see, well, a feather or something like this, so I decided, well, might as well just place it in there. But it's pretty cool, though, still. Now I hear pretty much everybody saying, there are probably going to be a lot of, comments and such saying, Griffith did nothing wrong and he did and such, yada yada yada, so that's not. But yeah, but this thing is heavy, as I said, and just keeping it on my one arm is incredibly hard. So yeah, but many of you might wonder what it's like to view from the inside. Well, let me just get my head in. Now, this is actually one major thing I have to put out here. Due to my big ears, it's kind of hard for me to put my head in, so I gotta try and fix them in. And also, there is no chin strap. Now, this can sometimes be based on historical accuracies, somewhat, but yeah, it's pretty much a little obvious. Now, though, also, what I had to do is hold the helm up, because I can't exactly, there's no locking design on here to keep it up, because if I let go of this, that happens. As you can see. Now, it does have this little catch here, of which if I push the design system of it, which, if I can find it, this little piece right here, which is supposed to pretty much, well, hold it on. This, however, is something I push to release it. So, why don't we see this, huh? Hang on. Now, the only problem I hate about visored helms is because they're an asinine to put on. Okay, I think it's on. Yeah, it's on. Okay. Now, in truth, when I'm taking a look at this, this just looks like as though I'm making a massive, angry face or something. I know. Sounds a little idiotic. Now, I'm sorry if y'all can't hear me as well. I'm trying to yell as much as I can for y'all to hear me. So, yeah. Now, I can barely actually hear anything outside, which is probably a bad thing, because my hearing is now just stuck inside the helmet. I can't hear anything outside the helmet, so that's going to be a problem unless I remove the faceplate. Now, also my voice is just, well, hitting the faceplate, so yeah. Now, I also put this out here. My chin is, literally, my chin is almost like touching the faceplate right here, which is not a good thing. Because the way the design is, it's supposed to angle forward, which that's how they were made. Now, though, I do like the fact that the padding system works effectively enough to cover the head. So, yeah. Now, my vision. I can see up until I go like about here. Down, I can somewhat still see because of the ventilation holes. The side, not so much. Because I can only see my hands like until I reach like right about here. Because I can't, because literally, right now, y'all are right outside of my ventilation, my eyesight area, and I can't see you. So, yeah, that's how annoying visored helms are. As we can see. Now, as I said, I can't see anything above a certain height. So, yeah, this is kind of hard to see. Ugh. Whew. But yeah, the reason why we actually understand of the difference in circumference of the helmets is because of the fact on how they were manufactured. Whew. But I can tell you one thing, I cannot breathe in this thing. Whew. Now, also another historical side note, this is actually where we get the salute from by holding up a visored helm. It's like, just let me hold up, boom, there you go. Just hold it up and drop door. That's how it worked. Trying to fit my head in there is hard. But man, this thing, how awesome is it? Impressively awesome. Now, it came oiled, so I'm still trying to get rid of the oil and such, because literally it's all over this thing still. Mainly in the hinge parts right here, so I gotta get rid of that. So, yeah. My recommendation, well, if you're looking for a great helmet to take a beating and such, maybe go with this, because actually, the design of it actually does work to it. Especially if it goes this way, the weapon just wants to go upwards. Especially because, take a look at this. As soon as something was to go directly above the eye socket, it will just skim off the top. If it was go straight, to skim to the side, which was a good thing. However, it was incredibly horrifying if you got hit by this thing, because this thing, in fact, don't have to put this out here, y'all, maybe I should, but in historical warfare, sometimes medieval knights actually removed their helmets and threw it at each other, or maybe the faceplate, especially, and to beat the living snot out of somebody, but that was mostly used by the infantry. But still, we can see why this style of helmet is still awesome. Now, I want to put this out here. Attaching aventail is not the easiest thing to do, and it will hurt me a little bit. So, yeah, wish me luck on that, so yeah. But hopefully, by sometime when I'm dressing up, say, oh, I don't know, maybe in full plate armor, y'all would see me wearing this helmet with it. So that's just a thought or a theory I'm thinking of. But maybe I will, because it's still on my mind. Because, as I said, I'm looking for ideas of armor up videos, or how-to videos as I call them. So, yeah. Anyways, guys, if you want one of these, I'll leave a link down in the description, as well more information down in the description for y'all if you want to buy one of these. As well, also check out our Facebook, like and subscribe to help the channel grow. And also, guys, if you have any ideas on historical items I should review or do a how-to videos for an armor up, let me know also down in the comments below. Anyways, guys, this has been Templar. Have a great day.